Welcome back to episode 14 of Small Town TV. I'm Bree Hayes.
And I'm Natalia Ross, and we're excited to share more stories with you.
Starting this episode off, I joined reporter Isaac Bosky for some research on a building that's been in our town since the 1920s.
This building played a major role in the town's history. We visited the Augusta Museum and talked to Priscilla Stanley for more information.
The city of Augusta has a rather interesting history. Today, me and my friend Bree are going to take a look at one small part of it.
This building behind me was built back in the 1920s for Warren Brown by his father, George Brown, the first banker of Augusta. Here, Warren and his wife Icy lived here with their daughters while his father worked at the bank.
Eventually, when George Brown retired from the banking industry, he passed down the bank to Warren Brown, who eventually, during the stock market crash of the 1920s, couldn't pay back all of his customers once they were trying to withdraw money. This then led him to be ran out of town when he fled to Wichita. Eventually, after he moved, the house found its way down into the hands of Dr. Bunton.
Shortly after Dr. Bunton purchased this building, he turned it into Augusta's very first hospital. Shortly after that, he built this building to become a home for him and his wife. However, right in between both of these buildings, in this very large space, he had a glass terrarium of sorts, where he kept exotic birds of sorts. It was said that it was considered healing for the patients to be viewing beautiful sights. And through these large windows, they viewed all these exotic birds. However, it is claimed, never confirmed, it is claimed that he potentially had a pet bear or a pet tiger. Whether or not it's true, we may never know.
Dr. Bunton eventually treated hundreds of patients here at this hospital, and many of Augusta's oldest citizens were born here. And the rest is history. This has been reporter Isaac Bosky with Bree Hayes for Small Town TV.
You know, it's pretty interesting how that building has so much history and now it's just sitting there all empty and falling apart.
Yeah, I wish somebody knew how to fix it up and make it pretty again.
Well, I'm not sure if the students here have the skills to fix an entire hospital, but I know we have some classes that can build all sorts of things.
Oh hey, you're talking about the woodshop classes, right?
Yeah, in fact, Vincent Nussin and David Sullivan report to class to share the deets.
Students joined woodshop to learn hands-on skills with industrial arts teachers Rhett Mallon and Cody Hager.
So I've been teaching for 17 years. This is my 5th year at Augusta High School.
I joined woodshop because I thought it'd be pretty cool that I get to make stuff, and the senior project I heard is very cool that you get to make something your own and take it home, and thought that was pretty cool. Projects we're making is a cutting board, the side table. The skills I've learned are how to put things in the right place and sand them all down and use all the machines in there and everything.
I don't typically run into problems. I mean, a lot of times for the students to take my classes, they have to have a slight interest in what we're doing, whether it be robotics or woodworking or drafting. So I don't tend to run into as many problems because we typically, as an elective class, most of the students are choosing to be in the class. Recently, there's not been any accidents. I mean, usually students will get a splinter or a scratch, but there's no accidents that actually happen in the shop where somebody gets injured. So we typically try to minimize injuries by always focusing on the safety of being in the shop.
This class will probably help me in the future because just if I want to build something my own, say for a table or anything, I'll know how to do it and measure and use the stuff I need to do it.
One of the things we're looking at is adding more CNC machines at the high school so that we could have a more hands-on approach to CNC. That way we could get more students to understand that, hey, I can be in the woodworking industry or manufacturing industry and not just be fabricating stuff together. I could be the one that's actually doing the designs for those pieces that are actually made out on the floor.
This is reporter David Sullivan and videographer Vincent Nesson for Small Town TV.
Man, those projects are cool. I wish I had taken one of those classes. I bet those skills are pretty useful outside of school.
No kidding. But guess what's next?
Don't tell me.
It's our story. This one's pretty fun, with social studies teacher Joan Riker and government teacher Jeff Vergeer go head-to-head in a game of Pictionary with their student partners. I'm Bree Hayes, and I'm here hosting the Quick Brick for this episode 14. We are with
Mrs. Riker, Sierra Williams,
against
Devin Stanback,
and Mr. Regier.
Okay, they are playing a game of Pictionary. They each have 45 seconds to guess their team's drawing, and if they don't get it, they don't get the point. However, the other team has a chance to score. So, let's see who wins. Miss Riker, you're going to be the first one drawing, so why don't you step up, make sure no one else can see the drawing. This is what you're drawing. Can't say it out loud.
No
Okay, I'm scared.
Just punch the face. Hope you have it easy.
And then I start whenever?
Yes, you can start
Okay.
whenever. And,
This is so hard. And you didn't give me an eraser.
I think I have it, but
well, then stop
Say
all
it.
our
Okay.
guesses.
is it chicken jockey?
Oh!
I saw the beak.
Chicken jockey.
The beak gave me one.
Alright, Sierra, you're drawing next.
The
Alright,
hat
okay.
did.
This is your drawing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Go. You can talk, I suppose.
After they get 40 seconds.
Yes, you guys can guess. Come on, Ricky, or Miss Riker. You got 10 seconds.
Holding a bread, a baker.
Time's up.
Ah.
Okay, you guys each have a guess. So 2 guesses.
I'm gonna
in total.
guess a nurse holding a baby.
No.
Understandable.
I don't know, a priest.
It was Rosie the Riveter.
Oh!
That's hard.
That looks like a baby to me.
It's better
drawer. Just right.
I think I got lucky
I'm
the
gonna
first
let you choose
time.
between these two.
Okay.
Okay, Ricky, turn around so you can't see what's behind these. Which one? Left or right? Left or right?
I'm choosing right.
Right? Okay.
Go for something old.
This is the drawing. Okay, start whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Remember, no words.
Oh my goodness. Is that like a tablet? A book? Like a scoop? Is that like a scoop?
Think of the picture
I
that you
can
were
guess and
shown.
you give me yes or no kind of things?
No.
No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not
He
it.
can't say
You can't do anything? I just have to guess.
Thus, Pictionary.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Pictionary. No words.
Shoot. Well, my mom cheats all the time.
Oh
You
no.
have 10 seconds.
No, this is so bad.
Well, he has 4. Mickey Mouse with 4 fingers.
One. Okay, you're
Scoop.
done.
Oh
Alright.
So we get
Sarah, you both each have 1.
I have no idea.
Second Amendment.
You actually got it, yes!
That's the Constitution. That's a gun. That's bare arms.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Constitution,
I wasn't
gun,
caught
bare arms.
I wasn't caught getting together.
Sorry. My bad.
It looked like a scoop to me.
I like
Is it your turn to draw?
Yep.
Perfect. This is yours.
Holy smokes.
What is that?
We got this.
Okay, I'll try.
Come on, you're a grown man. You can do this.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Are you ready?
Ready?
Are you? Okay.
Tombstone. Ghost. Whoa. Is this a guy?
Are you doing Albert Einstein again?
Guys.
Can I see that picture again?
Jack-o'-lanterns.
Oh my gosh. You have 15 seconds.
Some guy pogging. I don't know. Some guy mogging.
This is so
I have never
scary.
seen this before in my life.
Pogging,
Come on,
pogging,
Ricky.
viewing. Is he
I
viewing?
have no idea.
You got this.
He's not pogging, he's not mogging, he's not
Okay.
viewing. I don't know.
I was trying to
you're
get for the
done.
square look.
Time's up. You two try to guess. It's so scary.
The scream.
Nope, not the
Okay.
scream.
Okay.
I might have a guess.
Too late.
I know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, see, at least I made it
Okay.
bad enough
Is that
for
supposed to be
me.
Minecraft Steve?
Nope.
Okay.
It's supposed to be handsome
Oh.
somewhere.
Co-talker.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Mr.
Are you ready?
Alright.
Make this easy, Brianna. Remember, this
Oh,
is
what
your
the heck?
this is your government ring.
No, I'm not say we just
Oh, no, I'm-
You
Ah,
may
okay.
not know, but Rigier probably will.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Maybe.
You got it?
Okay.
I'm not the best at guessing these games, but I did do the first one pretty good.
You
Okay.
did get the first one.
Oh.
Okay.
That was a lucky problem.
Oh, different color this time.
Okay. I really don't think
No, it's terrible.
any
Frank's down there.
young audiences will know this at all.
Why don't you give me more here?
Yeah.
Do you need to see the picture again?
I'm trying to draw like the. Yeah, I like the picture.
Okay.
Okay.
You got this. Time's up.
I've no clue what that is.
Okay, Revere, you didn't like make any guesses.
Sesame Street.
So, Miss Riker and Sierra, it's your guys' turn to make a guess each.
They didn't heard it through the grapevine. Was the commercial?
The name.
Oh no. The California Raisins.
There you go. Yes.
I don't know what that is.
This is reporter Bree Hayes with videographer Nat Ross for Small Town TV.
Okay. And then, oh my goodness.
I really hope we can get this.
I have no idea.
How do you not know Mr. Potato Head?
I'm sorry. I've got to admit that wasn't as bad as I thought.
I told you the story would at least be good.
I guess. But I bet you the next story is even better. With the school just finishing up the Wizards of Wands play, I wondered what was happening while they weren't on stage.
Well, good thing Ethan Queering and Leighton LaViolet take us behind the scenes to witness real magic.
The performers take the stage, but behind the scenes, the set crew makes the magic happen.
I have been directing with the set crew this makes the end unofficially of my second year.
I got involved with set crew through my sister, and I'm also in the drama class. So, my favorite part about working on the set crew is doing the painting and doing lighting.
I've been directing plays now for about 40 years, but here at Augusta High School for about the past 20 years.
It usually comes together a week to a week and a half, usually before the show, before we go into full run rehearsals with crew and cast and everybody working together. So we'll build up until that point and hopefully have it all done, and then we start moving props on and off the stage.
That's the best part for me, is like how they get the script and like their interpretation of the character as opposed to maybe like how I see it. Just putting it all together, program, poster, set, publicity, costumes, props, you know, just all the organization of it is the worst part, I think, about directing.
There are quite a few materials that I have found that work with our productions and stuff. So yeah, I chip in. Then we also, sometimes there's a certain prop we're looking for, and I chip in again or find it at my house.
This is reporter Leighton LaViolet with videographer Ethan Queering for Small Town TV.
You know, I never really considered how much work is put into each play. I can't imagine how difficult Broadway is if this is how a high school play goes.
No kidding, but all that work is definitely worth it. The plays always turn out amazing. But our next story jumps outside to the football field.
Devin Carroll and Sophie Jesser talked to the new track coaches and asked students what they think of the changes.
After a total of 38 years coaching, Jeffrey Gear thought it would be a good idea and a nice change to be the high school head track coach this year.
The main thing we're working on, of course, everybody being accountable, working hard. We're trying to do a lot of teamwork, team activities to make sure everybody's, you know, main thing to me is, you know, you always have three areas. You got sprinters, you got distance, and throwers. We're trying to make sure we're all kind of bonding together and supporting each other.
Some of my thoughts about the big shift in coaching this year are there's a whole lot more of a variety in coaching because we have so many more this year than we did last year. Like we have multiple different ones for sprinting, multiple for throwing, instead of just having one coach for each thing. So you get a different point of view, I guess, from your different coaches instead of just having one thing to hear every day.
Senior Bridget Brown tells us about how the coaching staff is almost all new and how they are more strict than the coaches have been in the past. One of the first changes was the length of the practices from 30 minutes to now an hour or two.
Change about the sprinters would be focusing on technique, finishing through the line, make sure they're giving it all they have from the sound off of the gun all the way through the finish line. I believe there's always room to improve, and we will improve. We'll fix mistakes. We'll learn about our mistakes, and then we'll come out the next track meet and apply those corrections from those mistakes. And I believe when you have a team that listens and corrects their mistakes, it's a very positive thing going forward.
This is reporter Sophie Jester and videographer Devin Carroll for Small Town TV.
For being a majority of new players, they seem to be doing pretty well.
I mean, are we shocked? They're Orioles after all.
Okay, let's not get too egotistical.
I'm joking. But seriously, the coaches at the school are amazing and obviously enjoying doing what they do.
Just how we enjoy reporting these stories. But this is the end of episode 14.
And that's right. Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time.
Saving that for later.
Greetings, Small Town TV viewers. Thank you for tuning in to another episode, and please liking and subscribe for more news content like this. See you next time.